Ah,
Dude is in his pool. That is
hold on. Let's get it. There we go.
the myth, the legend himself.
That's amazing.
Man, all you guys have these nice logo backdrops.
Thanks, Dave.
I think it's special for
The
you.
last
buddy.
minute
We're gonna do a
edition.
nice little post about this.
What's up, Josh? There you go.
I don't even know if this one's gonna show up.
I'm sad that that this bad boy is down to the bottom of this label here.
So good.
Oh, the Desert Jewel.
Yeah, it's that day.
Unfortunately, there's no more of that.
Yeah.
The only reason I even have it, Aaron, is because you told me where to find it. So thank you very much for the heads up on that.
Oh, you're welcome.
The
Yeah, it was
challenge-
crazy. They were the last holdout for quite some time.
Yeah, actually, because you told me there were two stores that had it, and my brother-in-law went to the one store, and they said they had just sold out of it, and then they went to the Central Total Wine and More, and they had 2 bottles left, and one went to me, and the other one went to Joe.
Oh, the Centennial Hill store, probably. That's where
That's what it was, the Steel Hill. That's
Yeah.
it. You had it, yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah, super pumped. So that one's going to get cracked at some point here, but it's funny because you were saying that it's a lot harder to find outside of Vegas than in Vegas, right?
Oh, yeah. Those guys bought 350 cases 2.5 years ago when it first released. I mean, I probably sold about that in California, like in I don't know, like a week or so.
Wow.
Mm.
I've tried it once. It's worth it.
I tried it once and it left a lasting memory.
I dream about it every night.
Yep.
So I have some. I just don't take pictures of it. I don't want to make anybody feel bad.
Good on you, man. That is a gentleman and a scholarly move.
It's my next to small batch. It's my second favorite summertime. Like sometimes small batch, it's like I want a little more, and that on the rocks is just I love it.
The Desert Jewel on the rocks?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Noted for
tried
the
the
crack
crack
open.
the first time. It was pretty awesome. Good stuff.
So good with that rocks. I don't know if I would do it.
It's okay because it's more precious to you. That's like uncut, unfiltered for me. Like people are like, oh yeah, I'll put it on the rocks. I'm like, I blended that. For me, I don't like uncut, unfiltered on the rocks. When probably the only reason I like Desert Jewel on the rocks is because it's tannin heavy. I'm very tannin sensitive. So when it opens up, I can start tasting all the subtle flavors. A lot of people, they don't have that problem, you know. But uncut and filtered is just heat. I love heat, you know. And I mean, sometimes it's 118 degrees outside. I don't want it. So that's when I'll go to small batch. But small batch, I like the way it opens up. Uncut's just so rich and sweet already that it becomes kind of like one-dimensional.
That uncut is phenomenal.
Exactly. So, Aaron, what do you want to start us off with here tonight, my man?
The straight bourbon, since it's the lowest proof.
Yep, let's do it.
So Lindsay made me sample, so I'm drinking the exact same stuff you guys are.
Perfect.
Well, unfortunately, I'm in Florida, so I was not able to get my package that came in the mail.
Yeah, it was supposed to show up yesterday. I don't know why it took so long.
There's been issues.
Mine did not come in.
Yeah, actually, Candace, don't feel bad. Mine didn't either. So I'm actually
Okay.
Shit. No worries. I've had stuff from you before, man, and it's fantastic. And I'm looking forward to getting home and having it.
What part of Florida?
Right now, I'm in St. Augustine.
Oh, so my family's from Jacksonville,
And, I don't know. Mine keeps freezing up on me, so I'm not sure if it's me or what. So
usually the internet, Kev.
Yeah, so my family is from Jacksonville, and we used to go to Jacksonville Beach and South Ponte Vedra and St. Augustine and all that.
Right.
Is that where you're originally from, Aaron?
I was born in North Carolina, and then I primarily grew up in South Jersey, but my father hated it, so every summer.
What part of South Jersey?
Cherry Hill.
Get the hell out of here. You grew up near
I went
Cherry
to high
Hill?
school in Cherry
Right,
Hill.
the front
Really?
door. I grew up in Bordentown. I grew up 25 minutes from Cherry Hill.
Yeah, so he said I was growing up a rude Yankee. So every summer we would go to North Carolina, Western North Carolina, or North Florida beaches.
Well, guys, I'm sorry. My phone keeps freezing up, so hopefully I didn't get to hear majority of all that. But anyway.
We were just talking shit about you.
It's okay.
Well, we said
They usually do.
I don't talk shit about anybody. Well, except Naz. But he deserves it.
Crazy Naz.
So this straight bourbon is it's now 4 and 5 year. When it started off as a 4 year off the 6th floor. We just weren't able to go through as many barrels as I thought we would. And so now that they're 5 years old, at that high up, they lost, like, it's funny because everybody's obsessed with age, but they lost all these nice components of their youth. And they're just a little too tannin heavy. And the straight bourbon, it is supposed to be an entry-level bourbon. It's supposed to be something, it's true as form. Somewhere along the line, entry-level got a bad rap. Like, it's shit, But if you, had anything else where an entry-level was an inferior product, you'd never want to go up in that brand. You'd have no brand loyalty. If you bought, a gun and the entry-level one sucked, you wouldn't want to go up, or a motorcycle, a car, or anything. So I really wanted this to be something that anybody that tries it, they don't have to be acclimated to heat, they don't have to be acclimated to oak, and they don't have to be able to pick out flavors. They can just try it and be like, oh, that's good. And then if they want to down the road, they can kind of figure out what they like, but it's not, necessary. And so I blended in a little bit of this 4 year. Now that 5 years, almost at 6 year. And that really turned it into more of like a baby small batch, It's got, because before those high floor barrels didn't really have a lot of rye spice. They had like this toasted nut flavor from the rye, and now it's really kind of more along the lines of what you would expect to find with Smoke Wagon.
Delicious. I'm a big fan.
God damn, that's good.
I could,
And
if
this runs like what? It's like, is it like $40 or sub 40 or how much is this?
It's supposed to be $29.99.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, it just all depends on the state. Distributor is going to pay for shipping. There's taxes involved, and so it gets marked up sometimes. But the goal was to be under $30, and that's why it's not in the custom glass. Because I didn't want to make any compromise on flavor. I didn't want it to be chill filtered, so keep it at a higher proof, which is going to increase your tax. It's like there's all these things that people don't think about. Like, people are like, why do you chill filter? I'm like, well, so you can add more water, lower the proof, and have less tax. If you're a big brand and you're doing 9 million cases a year of your brown spirits, and the difference between 92.5 proof and 80 proof, that's a lot of tax that adds up. And if you're trying to, you got shareholders and people are paying attention to your profit and all that shit.
I guess I didn't even realize that was a thing.
I had no idea.
What, that you proof it down to save money on tax?
Well, that tax was even a thing when it came to proof.
Yeah, you're proofed. For us now, because of the Craft Spirits Modernization Act, which technically hasn't been approved yet, but it keeps getting extended. If you're doing under 100,000 proof gallons a year, your proof tax is like $2.30 a proof gallon. Now, it used to be universally $13.50. And so a proof gallon is, it's 100 proof. So if you have a product that's 100 proof, a gallon of it is $13.50. But if it's higher than 100 proof, less than a gallon is $13.50. So the higher the proof per bottle, the more you're going to pay tax on that bottle.
Hey, Aaron, is that off the still or is that after it's been bottled?
That's in the bottle.
Okay, so you don't pay taxes until it's been bottled. You don't pay it off the still.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing about, I don't know
Didn't
if
it
you
used
saw
to
the
be that
video.
way?
What's that?
Didn't it used to be that way, where it used to be you should pay tax off the still a long time ago?
So state tax, we pay what we import or what we distill. It has nothing to do with what leaves the door. Federal excise tax is what leaves your bonded warehouse.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's why, I don't know if you saw the video where I talked about the difference between cast strength and uncut. And the definition of cast strength is you can't add water once you've reached your point of tax determination. And your point of tax determination is when you empty a barrel. And that's when you report to the federal government how much volume loss you've had out of that barrel. So you can proof into a barrel and it's still considered cast strength. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit. Like, vodka, there's vodkas. The reason a lot of vodkas are so harsh, and other things too, is you can add, if it's not bourbon, you can add 1.99% non-alcohol blenders like citric acid and other things. And what that'll do is, say your product's 80 proof, but you have 1.99% non-alcohol blenders in there, you can take 1.99% off your tax on that bottle, even though the proof is higher.
Huh.
That's why we drink bourbon and not vodka.
Well, this is absolutely
Or whiskey, like light whiskey or American whiskey, or, those are not regulated.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
like
play around with
Screwball?
those all you want, pretty much.
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
what?
Ain't never gonna be president now.
Look, Aaron, I think this is just a home run knocked out of the park, man. 92.
Oh, thank you.
$30. Come on, dude. Like, when are you shipping some of this to Louisiana? Because we need it. Like, we need it now.
I'm trying. I mean, the thing you got to understand is we've gone from, we weren't, I think last year maybe we did 3,000 cases. And now, I mean, I've done like 2,000 cases of uncut unfiltered in the past 5 weeks. It's just crazy.
That's great for y'all.
Thank you. And I keep trying to upgrade the facility, but everything gets delayed because of, COVID. I still don't have my new bottler up and running. And so I'm just trying to get caught up and get it figured out before we really get into more, and I need to get the new bottle up and running because the one we have right now is just like a finicky piece of shit. So I can't just hire like random people to work a second shift because I'd have to like be there and be like, okay, what you got to do is you got to twist the top and do
Hand bottle for you? Because the Alliance will come hand bottle for you.
Yeah, we can sign up for that stuff.
We're in.
Hey, Aaron.
We can do
may
it in
not be
shifts,
sober by
couple
the time
weeks
the
at a
shift's
time.
over.
Yeah.
Aaron, I was going to ask you, for those that don't know, not even just in this group, but whoever might see this video, do you want to tell everyone like kind of what kind of expansion that you guys are planning and like all that kind of stuff? I know you got some cool stuff going on over there.
Oh yeah, so we bought 2 acres next. Man, I'll try not to make this long-winded. All my stories end up being very long-winded.
We like it.
We have whiskey. We're fine.
Yeah. We got our drinks, man. We're ready to rock and roll.
So originally we were supposed to buy 3.5 acres. So when I moved into, we hadn't even moved into the space yet. Construction took so long. Candace, I think my shorts are shorter than yours. Just saying.
Oh my
God. I got the vodka bottles and all right.
There we go.
Yeah, now we're talking. And the difference between the amber glass and the vodka is, the amber glass we kept in storage with the bottling company, and then they would, the people that coordinate everything, and they would release it slowly depending on which expression it was for. The vodka, there was only one vodka, so we got like all 100,000 bottles at once. And I had no idea how many bottles 100,000 bottles was, and so we didn't have room for it. And I rented some storage containers and just put them on the vacant lot next door. And then someone from the city came by and said, "Who told you you could do this?" And I was like, "Oh, no one. I didn't know who owned the property, but now that I know, I knew people at the city. Las Vegas is a very small town, and so I just called someone and I was like, "Hey, can we rent some space?" And they're like, "Why don't you just buy it?" So we ended up buying it. It took a long time, and originally we were supposed to buy 3.5 acres, but it got reduced to 2 acres, which was what we wanted. And so it turns out we're surrounded by train tracks and freeways. So we're in this perfect circle of variances. Right of ways. So we have we're separated from every church, casino, school. So we can do anything. We could
Nice.
so now we can, we're going to be able to do retail sales. We'll be able to do tours. We're going to open a bar with gaming. And since it's a bar and not a tasting room, a tasting room license is restricted. Here's a little thimble, and a bar, it's like you want, do whatever you want in there. Drink however much you want. So it's pretty cool.
That's going to be amazing, man. That sounds so freaking cool. I can't wait till that opens. I'll be there in 2 seconds.
Aaron, will that bar be open next year by April?
By April, I would think so. Hopefully, we'll see. Everything's been kind of slow lately, but it would be nice. I think once it gets going, it's going to fly. Doing new construction in Las Vegas is very fast. Getting old stuff retrofitted is very slow, and this is going to be all new construction.
Awesome.
That's great.
Your
Speaking of the,
where are you going from here, though? You know what I mean? Like, when are you going, like, state to state? Like, I know you're focused on home, but, like, when are you, like, when would I be able to get a bottle in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, or, like,
D.C., you already can. We just got help, so we still are with West DuPont, and we're going to be with Sealbox.
Mm-hmm.
The next 2 states are Tennessee and Arkansas. You might ask why Arkansas. Yeah, I just really like these guys. This distributor called me, and I just really like them. So I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
If you're going to get in Arkansas, you didn't get it in Alabama then.
You can't be in Arkansas and Alabama.
No, if you're going to get in Arkansas, you have to get in Alabama. I mean,
Well, before any of those, you got to be in Louisiana.
but Aaron, it gets really cold up here, and we need whiskey way more than these guys.
Yeah, we've got way more life problems down here.
We drink way more than.
We do drink more.
I'll task you to it.
Aaron, did you say seal box? Is it going to be?
Yes.
Will it be shipped?
Yeah. So Sealbox.
That's good. That's
somebody's doing a barrel through them, and once that happens, we'll be set up, and then we'll just start getting more stuff running.
That's cool. Are you open to more online distribution, or are you just trying to start with Sealbox and branch out from there?
I'm definitely open to more online distribution.
Cool. Let's
as long
talk
as we can keep up.
Let me fill you in offline from that. I'd be interested in hearing what you're looking for.
Okay.
So speaking of the straight bourbon, I know you said that obviously you wanted the price point to be that way. One of the things that came up was the design of the glass, because obviously the other higher end ones that you sell are beautiful. But I still think, man, like that bottle pops out at $29.99 still.
Oh, thank you.
It's a great looking bottle. I love
it. It was a trip, the custom bottle was like, I want this. And they're like, shit, no one's ever done that before. We got to figure this out. And I'm like, I don't care. This is what I want. And for this one, it was like $1.99. It's got to be $1.99. And they're like, okay, we can get you this in-stock bottle and this. I'm like, well, how much is that? And they tell me, like, nope, that's too much. And so it took like 3.5 years to sort of figure out what I could do for the price point I want.
I think just like you said, it's entry level. It has an appeal to it. The labeling on it is here. Let's see it on this, but the labeling on it is good.
Yeah,
You know, like,
Yeah.
okay, this is your cheap one, and then you go up to the other one, you're like, man, that's a slick bottle.
Yeah. I remember
It's
being.
funny. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oh, it's just funny because, like, if you look at the back label, you know, it's the cream on black, and that's originally how the front label was. And before they sent me samples, they're like, "You want anything different?" I'm like, I'm not gonna like it, but fuck it, just send me one where it's clear, where it's cream and clear. And I showed up, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's the way we're
I don't
going."
know how to
That's
feel about
me.
it. I'd have to see it. Like, but it's, I mean, overall, I mean, it's a good look.
Thank you.
Yeah, that front label definitely pops on the
Like
shelf.
the pistils on the top. That's also a good addition.
Fantastic.
I think I was in Vegas the last time I was in Vegas, and I got back to my hotel after working one of the trade shows for work, and sat down at the bar, and I looked up at the bar, and I'm like, "What the hell is that? What is Smoke Wagon?" And I tried it, and I'm like, "What? Okay, what is this stuff?" Like I didn't really know much about it. I'm like, all I know is
a
that
lot
it's
of
good.
people here are still saying. They still don't know what the fuck it is.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's why I was able to get Desert Jewel, but I had to get my brother-in-law to go get it. He's like,
They don't want it. Just send it this way. It's
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just there's plenty of good bourbon in my house. Just send it my way. I'll take more of it.
yeah, because the distributors are all focused on the casinos, and we're a liquor store brand,
Nobody wants to drink a lot of high end stuff in casinos normally. I mean,
Yeah, and I can't compete with the big brands. They just give that shit away. They just give it to casinos.
What about like local restaurants and like bars that are well known for good selection? Are they doing like private barrel picks and
no, but they do a lot of small batch in the straight bourbon. So that's the thing. Uncut, unfiltered. I used to not even mix up uncut, unfiltered in a big tank the way I do everything else. I used to do it a half pallet at a time when we were just local.
wow.
And now it's like, it's great. I mean, it's awesome. Because that was always my favorite. I was like, why don't you people fucking appreciate this? You know how hard it is to make this?
Hey, Aaron, if you need to write off some taxes, I mean, my address is 757.
That's it. It's just 75.7, Joe.
Yeah, that's all it is. Because this is
That's
gonna
all it is.
This is gonna go up somewhere.
It's like Candace's fake address. Phony baloney highway.
I live somewhere in like Minner Court, Surfside.
I think she thought I was going to try to come by. I just wanted to send samples. I wasn't creeping on you.
Yeah, I never got them.
You never. That's right.
I didn't get the one.
That's because you gave me the fake address. It's like the fake phone number.
That was like a month ago.
You're like, shit, I meant to give him the real address and stop this fake address. Yeah.
Aaron, let's dive into this small batch, man. You said
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
one, right?
Oh,
My glass is empty.
Yeah.
were we supposed to wait?
No?
No, it's a free cut.
I'm letting you
I
guys
definitely did not wait. I
I'm
did
letting
not
you guys
wait.
Mickey.
dictate the pace.
Mickey, we know you don't
Pace
wait.
here.
So this was the only one that I haven't tried. The small batch. I was really excited to try this one.
Me too. And damn, it's excellent.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, as good as the straight bourbon is, you step up and you're like, okay.
That is good.
Dude, this is as good as the Michter's like small batch bourbon. It's a lot less expensive. Like, this is really good.
Yeah.
How old is this one? What's the blend of small batch for ages?
4, 5, and 8 year.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of went off the rails with, because Uncut's like, it's almost experimental. Like every time I do it, it depends on the temperature and the humidity, and because I'm trying to blend it to finish well for the current conditions. And small batch is supposed to be consistent. I mean, obviously it's going to change a little bit, and I kind of lost sight of that, and it got a little too drinkable out of the bottle. It's very easy at 100 proof to make something finish really soft. And I wanted small batch. The goal with small batch was to be nice and fruit forward up front. Again, like the straight bourbon, not a lot of oak, hardly any tannins, but some heat and some rye spice. So if you make a cocktail or have it on the rocks, it really opens up and it's beautiful, but never gets watered down. And it was starting to get too soft on the finish. And if you did make a cocktail, it was disappearing. And if you did have, I had it on the rocks, and I was like, oh man, this is just like kind of watery and sweet. So kind of dialed back all the craziness and added some 4-year to bring in some heat and bring in some rye spice and give it a little more of an intense finish.
That is literally a perfect example. Fruit forward with a good finish of rye spice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And some people don't realize when you're doing a small batch, people are like, why did you put younger stuff in there? Doesn't it take away and this and that? And it's like, no, you need to understand that it actually, more times than not, will balance out with the older stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially when you're proofing it down to 100, if you take just 8-year and proof it down to 100, it's just going to be like just one-dimensional and smooth, which some people might like, but that's not me.
The thing is too is that you could just come out with this bourbon and just make it 8 years old and not do a blend or anything like that, and it would probably sell well, but you'd be selling yourself short. You wouldn't have as good of a product.
Well, that was the thing, when I started doing it, all the experts were like, oh, no. You have enough 8-year bourbon to release an 8-year. You want that age statement, or you want it to be, I can't remember the exact terminology. It was basically just make it so it's kind of drinkable if you're not going to put an age statement on it, And I was like, well, I don't really, I want it to
be drinkable.
Yeah, I was like, this is what I like, And the motivation wasn't to have something proprietary that people can't really replicate if they're sourcing MGP juice. It was like, this is what I feel is lacking. Everything that I like out of the bottle, I don't like on the rocks, and everything that everybody's using for cocktails, it's either doesn't make sense because it disappears, or it's just so young and harsh that it's not compliment. I'm not a cocktail guy though. And I was like, what's the point of doing this if I'm not trying to do something that I like and something that's unique? It's like any asshole can be like, hey, this is the recipe that was during the Prohibition, and I found it in my dead grandfather's shoe.
Because he was making bathtub gin.
Yeah, even though it's sourced from MGP, this is the recipe my grandfather wanted me to use.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
your
a lot of gimmicks out there.
You totally nailed it. This stuff is unreal. And
can you talk in that accent for the rest of the time?
I can do fucking voices the whole time. Absolutely.
Hey, can you actually do an Instagram video for that on your next IGTV? That'd be great.
My dead grandfather's shoe.
Hey, I did not see you there.
Speaking of all your Instagram videos, man, this shit is entertaining and fantastic. I love it.
Fuck, I used to do a great one for when I would talk about the delicate balance between tannins and lipid esters. It was like, oh, you have this delicate balance. I can't do it now that I'm on. It's like very nerdy. It's like, so you have this delicate balance where you need the lipid esters and the tannins.
You need an inhaler for that bit.
Yeah, no, the bit's so funny though, because every time
I need tape on my glasses.
Yeah.
So
and a white lab coat.
Yep.
God, I love the Instagram videos. Like literally, like when I see you post them, I can get so excited because as soon as I'm gonna be like, "Oh hey!" and it's just popping out of nowhere.
No other.
I'm all out of salt.
I didn't know that was filming there. How's it going? Let me just.
So entertaining. You cannot change a thing. Like keep doing what you're doing.
No other master distiller starts their video by eating potato chips and saying, "Oh hey."
I was eating saltines because it was really hot. It was really hot that day, so I was drinking like this electrolyte stuff, and I was like, I can't try bourbon after this. So I was cleansing my palate with saltines.
It's so funny though. But every time you pop it, you're like, "Oh hey!" and I'm like, God, I love this guy.
There's nothing like going from Powerade to saltine crackers to bourbon, man.
Balanced diet, man. Balanced diet.
Saltines are gonna balance it. They just cleanse it, man. They get your palate
delicate
pure.
line right there, delicate line.
This small batch is phenomenal, man. I mean, phenomenal.
Thank you.
What's the price on this one? I'm sorry.
It's supposed to be 50, but it usually is about 55 to 60.
Oh, it's still not bad.
Mm-mm. No, it's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's worth
And that's
it.
the thing.
all day long.
I really try to keep everything affordable. You know, it's like I don't do gift boxes or anything like that because it's just unnecessary expense. And I'm hoping that it doesn't sit on somebody's shelf in a box. I'm hoping you're drinking it, you know. Or, I mean, because even me, like I have a bunch of old small batches and a bunch of uncut filters, but I drink them all. And, you know, I want people to be enjoying it and drinking it. And I know not a lot of people, I mean, it's what kind, it's like, you know, you look at the secondary market and it's like, I know a lot of liquor store buyers pay attention to the secondary market to see what's hot. And so it's like cool because it gets you recognition, but at the same time, it's like, man, you know, I see these people, I get invited to these Facebook groups and they're like trading. I'm like, dude, somebody let you buy like 5 cases of uncut. Everybody wants that right now, and you're selling it for that price. That's like, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it selling for right now? Like, what's the MSRP and then what is it selling for?
MSRP 65, but it
65?
usually goes, yeah, it usually goes for like 70, something like that.
Yeah, right on.
Go ahead.
I think I got my uncut for 70 roughly.
Yeah, I mean 70. If you're anywhere outside, like here, my distributor sends a delivery guy at the end of his shift to pick up. There's no cost, you know, and I'm paying all the state taxes. So but you know, if you're like in Illinois, I mean, man, it takes like a week to get there. It's big shipping costs. New York obviously is big shipping costs. So, you know, it makes sense. They're not really gouging. If it's at 70 and it's out of state, that's probably where it should be. Nobody's raping anyone.
Right. I'm glad to know that it's in DC though. Like, I'm gonna literally go there this week and pick some up. I had no idea.
I bet you find
Go
some more
next
Desert
week.
Jewel there.
Go next week. We'll have it next week.
Oh, is it coming in next week?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go down there next week. Yeah, you didn't happen to ship any Desert Jewel to DC, did you?
Yeah, like a year ago.
Yeah, it's
That
gone.
shit's gone, man.
It's gone. It's gone.
Hey, you may get lucky like Dave and find a dusty snowflake somewhere.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, knocked out.
Dude, I don't know how the hell that happened. That was the weird.
Insane. And that was insane.
Naz still has some Desert Jewel for like $390 a bottle or something.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's I wanted to ask you about that, and I'm sure you get asked it a lot, and I know it's probably a touchy subject.
Well, here we go.
Yeah.
I gotta hear the story because I haven't heard the full story. I got like
Mikey's gonna go ahead and hop off there quick and hop back on.
I don't mind. I mean, the thing is, in the beginning, I was like, you know, people would ask me, I'm like, I don't really want to say anything bad about Naz, but he talks so much shit about me. Fuck that motherfucker. What do you want to know?
Yeah, I was just like, you know, I didn't really know much about Smoke Wagon. I didn't know much about your brand, and I had been in Vegas and I had seen it at Total Wine and stuff like that, but I didn't really know what it was, and I just ended up not picking up a bottle when I was there for a short time. And then this whole explosion with, you know, Bourbon Enthusiast started happening, and I was following it, and I was looking at Naz's post, and I'm like, this guy is just out of his fucking mind.
Dude,
What is going
he's
on?
He's legit crazy.
Yeah. So I guess a bad situation potentially turned into a really good one for you, because you had the bourbon community surrounding you and going, look, this is a quality distillery. They did things by the book, and this guy's just flipping out and trying to back end everybody. Did you get a lot of exposure from that whole thing? I mean, it turned out well.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, just with Bourbon Enthusiast alone, I mean, that guy, you know, James is a huge following, and I made things right with him, and I got him another barrel that was actually better than the one Naz took. But yeah, tons of exposure, you know, and it was awesome because I was so stressed out, you know, because what happened was the retailer that was getting it posted online the barrel with the barrel number and the proof, and said sold out. Bourbon Enthusiast barrel sold out. And Naz saw it, and he called the distributor, and the distributor hadn't gotten a PO from Chips yet. And so he said, is that barrel there? And he said, yes. And he's like, well, California state law is you have to sell it to me if there's no PO. And so,
The scumbag.
yeah. So and by the way, that's what he does. Like, he did that whole thing. It's trying to say, oh, there's a misunderstanding. He was bragging about it. He was saying, this is what I do. He knows that, like, Eureka is it's a restaurant chain. So they don't have the ability to take all their barrel at once. So when he sees that they have a private barrel at the restaurants, he'll call the distributor and get the rest of their barrel.
That's so fucked up.
No
Yeah.
fuck.
Like no moral code
No.
at all.
And so, we hired a lawyer, and there's nothing I could do. Once it leaves, that's it. I can't do shit.
Right.
There has to be like a health concern for me to recall it or anything.
Right.
And the distributor, it's unfortunate because a lot of people blamed him, and it wasn't his fault. It's just, I guess, the only thing that happened, and it was all, I didn't know when he sent me a PO, I didn't say, hey, did you make sure you got a PO from the retailer so that no one can steal this barrel? Because who would think that would happen?
Yeah,
And,
who would think of to do something like that? That's crazy.
yeah, so he got a lot of flack, and it's unfortunate because he really didn't do anything wrong. None of us knew this, and so once we knew that there was nothing we could do, I let Bourbon Enthusiast I let James know about it, and then I started getting all these messages from Bourbon Enthusiast groups like, "How could you let this happen?" I was like, and I was like, I told my business partner, I said, "Man, I gotta make a statement or something because it's just this is gonna blow up and it's gonna make us look bad, and there's only one way for us to explain what happened, and that's on Instagram." And he's an attorney. He's like, just make sure everything's like matter of fact. And so I just went down the law and exactly what happened. And it was awesome because I was so stressed out, and like the bourbon community, the response, like it turned it from this situation where I felt like a complete and total asshole, because I want to get everybody everything they want. I come from the retail end of things, being in the bar business, and I'm a ultimate consumer. And, I understand there's fake allocation and there's, like my bars, when we had bourbon, nobody had bourbon. Everybody was doing mixology. I could get anything I wanted. And then all of a sudden in Las Vegas, I was just a little guy who couldn't get shit compared to the casino, so I know what it's like. And so I just felt really bad, and then the bourbon community turned it around, and so yeah, it turned into a really good situation because of people like you guys.
I think a big part of that was you coming out with a statement, being transparent about what happened, and once people got the truth, they were like, Smoke Wagon, Aaron's a stand-up guy. They're a stand-up distillery. Bourbon Enthusiast didn't do anything wrong. And I think that just helped rally people around you and your brand. And they all of a sudden, if they hadn't tried it before, they wanted to all of a sudden try it. And
yes,
I think that did a lot for you. So props to you.
And fortunately, it was good. So when they tried it, they liked it,
Right.
Thank God.
It was a good education too for people in the whiskey community to really finally understand the 3-tier system. Because I remember when you made the statement that you were going to try to get the barrel back, I'm like, whoa, you can't do that.
You can't do it.
But I don't think a lot of people really truly understood like kind of the gaps and loopholes and the cutthroat nature of the 3-tier system and how the distillery or the company can't do anything once the distributor takes control.
We have no control. All we can do
to the state laws.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're a big brand, you have power over your distributor. I have, like whatever. I mean, I do have power over my California distributor because he's small, but under most distributors, it's like I can't dictate what retailers get what. The distributor does that. All I can do is, ship it out. and choose which distributor I want to go with.
Well, Aaron, real quick, let's dive into the
Uncut Unfiltered. You got it.
And this is when we did our last interview. This one was my personal favorite, man. It blew it out for me.
Shit, hold on. I got too excited for the Uncut Unfiltered.
Oh, easy.
Cool.
Oh, whew. All right, we're all going swimming together.
Definitely something to get excited about.
By the way, nice tie on there. Nice tie, Aaron.
So wait, you're just getting into the uncut and filtered now?
Hey,
I think Josh and I already drank our whole sample.
we need to hear one of Danielle's epic tasting notes. We haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, come on, let's go, Danielle. Let's go. Give it to us.
All right, I was trying to catch up for a long time. I missed one.
Aaron put his phone in the pool.
Yeah.
I dropped my phone in the pool.
It's a mess of a night, right? Why not? No, they're all delicious. They're all drastically different from each other too, which is a nice thing. And I agree, like the straight is more of a starter one. To me, it was more like cornbread like. There's a lot of sweetness on it. The small batch was more like okay, y'all are gonna make fun of me.
Here we go. Buckle up, boys.
Let's go.
Most definitely.
So the small batch to me was like monkey bread, but if you put
Monkey bread?
yeah, have you ever had monkey bread before?
God, I love
I don't
monkey
think
bread.
I've ever had monkey bread.
Okay,
Oh my God, monkey bread.
so it's delicious, right? It's like
When's the last
So
time you had monkey bread to compare the flavor?
I don't know, but it's seriously, it's exactly what I thought of when I just said it. But it's like rolled dough that you put in like cinnamon sugar and it caramelizes in the oven. But if you put like pieces of apple in that and then drizzled it with like an orange sauce.
Sounds amazing.
That's going to be at Friendsgiving. I'm so
I wanted to hear.
Gosh, I know this is going to be.
That's my weirdest one. I know, but seriously, that's what it tastes like.
So good.
Gosh, this is going to be blasphemy, but I swear to God, monkey bread is better than king cake.
No, it is. No,
It
100%.
is. I've had king cake, and I'm
Agreed.
sorry,
King
but
King
I don't
Cake's
know what type of
terrible.
king cake y'all are having, but
King
I need to
King
introduce
cake-
y'all to the OG king cakes. That's the thing.
Like
Josh,
I've
I'm
done
making monkey bread. You're
Randazzo's,
gonna like it better.
Y'all
I've done
aren't-
Antoine's, Dongfang. They're good, but they ain't monkey bread.
Get out of here.
Monkey
I
bread
can't
wins.
feud with y'all, okay?
I just had monkey bread this last week. I'm not even joking. I haven't had it in years, and when somebody at work had brought in like the best monkey bread I've ever had. So you said monkey bread, I'm like, I just had that like 72 hours ago for the first time in years.
So
Just-
does it taste like it?
Yeah, and no, it does. It totally does. I don't know about the whole orange drizzle thing, but it totally, I can absolutely see that. The caramel and the cinnamon, the sugar, absolutely.
She's dead on this one.
Yeah.
100%.
Mikey,
you
you
know,
never
like,
agree with me.
Hey Danielle, did you get unicorns on the finish, like a long unicorn finish?
No, I did not get unicorns. Thank you very much.
You guys,
This is
you're
like,
not
you know, when you
supposed
go
to
into
eat unicorns.
you know when you go into a 7-Eleven and you grab a churro, but then you take it, you dunk it in a slushy, like all these.
No,
That's-
I don't know that.
That's a unicorn.
So I don't smoke marijuana, so I don't know what that is.
Hey, has anybody done the blend of these three yet?
What
Not
if,
yet.
No, Joe, you're the blender.
You're getting ahead of
What
yourself.
did you get?
Dude,
Wait, we haven't
I've already
even
drank
done
this, man.
uncut
We're in the
unfiltered. You
presence
just
of
have
a,
to blend it.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we
y'all
haven't
haven't
talked
done
about
uncut and
anything
filtered.
yet.
I did.
that the blender created? I don't know if we'd want to make our own blend.
Danielle, what did you get on
I
uncut?
think we leave that to Aaron here, in my opinion.
Sorry, Aaron.
You know Joe's gonna blend everything.
It's
Come on
already
now.
been done
Joe
well.
blends everything. It's his MO. Don't take any offense to it. It's his GM. 50% of the time it works. 50% of the time it doesn't.
I
Right.
can't imagine it wouldn't work.
Did anybody else?
I mean,
get,
I've done all the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the hard job now. One glass, one glass. Yeah.
Let's talk
Did
about
anybody
uncut
else get
unfiltered.
vanilla
Yeah,
frosties and like chocolate on uncut unfiltered?
Yes.
Heavy vanilla.
Yeah,
I
sure.
love it. Heavy
The,
vanilla.
the,
But like
Now-
melted ice cream
Yeah.
vanilla, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
now
Yeah.
the uncut unfiltered. This one I'm not getting chocolate like I am on the newer ones. But this is like Man, this one, I gotta force myself to slow it down with this one because it is just fucking.
It's out of control.
Yeah.
Good.
And so the next two ones, I mean, the ones that I just did are a little hotter because for me, because I was like, man, this is just too good. I mean, not too good. They're equally as good, but it's like this is really going down too fast. I gotta punch it up a little bit, make it a little hotter on the finish. But
it's my favorite, man. I did the uncut and filter, like I said, when we did that interview like a month or two ago, dude. Like it's like Ratatouille when I threw that thing back and all the flavors started to spiral, and I'm like, dude, this is heaven, like absolute heaven to me right now.
I love uncut and filtered.
I have the
so much.
116.2, and
oh, that's an older one. We haven't had any of that hot. Wait,
literally,
yeah.
Like I have to hide it in the back of my bar.
Josh, hold it up in front of your face so you can see the batch file because it goes black if you're just holding it. There you go, like that, perfect.
What's the proof on that one, Josh?
116.2.
That's what I want to see. Yeah.
I have a 116.6.
What's the proof on the one I sent you guys?
114.
I don't know. I'm gonna be drinking it tomorrow though.
This is 114.
This is a new one.
Yeah.
This is a newer one. See, I'm talking up my ass. This one should have chocolate. Well, what do I know?
Y'all picked up on it for you. Look and see us has it.
Aaron, what about the one that's 115? That's the one I've got in my my bar. You remember that one?
Yeah, that was right around March, right?
Yeah, that's about when I got it.
Won the double gold. That was the one that I think the one that was like just below that. It was like one. It was 57.85. I think is the one that won double gold. So that was like right around then.
I should drink it really slowly.
Those
basically.
were good. I drank all that.
I could literally chew this.
I drank a third of it in bourbon charity bingo. That stuff is easy to drink, man.
I can't. So this is. I got shit. Now when was the 114?
Dude, the flavor.
This is like really new.
I can literally chew this for like 5 minutes.
So it's so good, and the finish is so long, man.
Well,
Yeah. So this is one. This is where the finish starts getting longer again. It was the one right before this where it was like 113 something, where it didn't have enough heat for me, and this is like where I've started bringing back the heat.
I like the heat. It's great.
Yep.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, that rye spice just lingers with you for.
Candace, go check the fake address. Those samples may be there.
Yeah, you guys get to try it tomorrow.
I hope so.
Like I said, I've got the 2 left over from the last one because, like, my wife's due any day now, and she would murder me if I don't save her like a little hit of it. So, but I'm gonna have to
save that for Kate.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm saving. I've got everything. The only thing I crushed is liver set. I'm like, I'll get you more. Sorry.
I will not be savoring any of this. This is all going out tonight. It's uncut, unfiltered. Goodbye.
All of it.
You see the 2 that are left? Neither of them say uncut, unfiltered.
Cheers.
That was my favorite by a long time. It's, oh my God, so good.
Look, Josh, it's not just me this time. Everybody's drinking it all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we all have problems tonight, apparently.
I'm only doing it because I have this.
And by the way, Aaron, this blend is really good with these
Oh,
three.
did you blend them all together?
Yeah, it's probably about 101, 102 proof. When you average it, it's good. It's really good.
Aaron, if you're around Vegas come November time, I should be back down there for SEMA.
I'll definitely be here in November.
Perfect.
I mean, I'm supposed to eventually start traveling, for account support and stuff like that, but it's just been weird,
Yeah. I'm not sure if they'll shut that down this year or not, but we'll see.
I doubt it. The casinos have all the power here, They kind of put the governor in his place. He was supposed to have this big press conference where he was going to say nothing was going to happen. And then he canceled it. And then he was going to come out with a prepared statement. And then basically all he said was, everything can open. We're going into we're going into phase 2, and I know someone. He does like high-end auto restoration. He's an older guy. He's like 70. He's been doing it forever. And he has like he's lived here forever, and because of what he does and the price point for the restorations, he knows everyone. And basically, the casinos said to the governor, "Look, you're not getting elected next year. You're done. If you want to do anything at all in this state, the casinos are going to open on Friday. So whatever you have prepared, cancel it." And you know, he was talking about the you know, it's going up, we're gonna have to shut everything down again. And then MGM said, actually, we're gonna open 3 more casinos. So
So the mafia still rules Vegas. Like,
it's worse than the mafia. It's big, huge corporations. You know, they got more money than the mafia ever did. I mean, it's
damn.
Yeah. Well, Kevin, thank you. Sorry, not Kevin. I was looking at Kevin. There you are. Aaron, thank you so much for your time tonight, man.
Of course, man.
And again, I've said this only a handful of times before, and I think it's pretty rare when you get 3 samples sent out and every single person in the group thinks it knocks it out of the park. That's hard to do with 9 people. That's really, really hard to do with 9 people, and you completely knocked it out of the park. Like I said, I don't even have the Uncut and Filtered until tomorrow, and I'm going to have a very good week once that comes in. Especially now I know I can travel down to D.C. and get it. I mean, I only live about 20, 25 minutes from D.C. I'm not far from there. So thank you so much.
We're shipping it out this week, so he should have it next week for sure.
Do you know which stores it's going to be at?
West DuPont Wines. We haven't set up an account with Sealbox yet.
Gotcha. So it's West DuPont Wine. Yeah, I know where DuPont Circle is, right around there. So I know exactly where that is.
Artie, we need to buy 2 cases. Just saying.
Yeah, I know, right?
I gotta share it all with the rest of us.
That's fine. West DuPont Wine. Got it.
Hey, Aaron, I missed half of because the Wi-Fi was messed up. I missed half of this whole thing, and I'm so sorry. I was so looking forward to this. You have no idea.
It's just Candace and I had a short competition, and mine are shorter. That's all we did. We didn't even talk about bourbon or anything.
That's all that was discussed. We didn't even discuss
That was all that was discussed.
It was a hell of a time.
We're actually getting started right now, Kevin.
Yeah.
Let's start with the straight bourbon. And
I'm sure y'all talked about me a little bit. But
I saw your name popping and I just said Kevin. That's I was like, thanks, Tim. Wait a minute, you're not even been here, Kevin.
I'm so sorry.
A moving being the whole time. Like
Kevin,
sideways, you were upside down. You were in the half pipe, man. You're all over the place.
Yeah. I was pissed. You have no idea.
Hey, Kevin, just because you missed it, there's this group called the Bourbon Alliance. They're going to have a YouTube channel. They're going to have this up there. You can go watch it there afterwards, okay?
Hey, Kevin, my name's Will.
Thank you.
Hey, Kevin, so we, it's just no big deal, but everybody, I gave everyone the secret code to get a barrel pick.
Yes.
And so we...
He gave us the Nashville recipe. He gave us all the
He's sending out swag, but you don't get any.
Yeah, we also got 10% share in Smoke Wagon. So
yeah.
It's a limited offer.
Keep it coming.
Kevin, I'll send you a sticker.
Maybe a hat.
Well,
Kevin,
Aaron,
just go to www.smokewagon.com.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Hey, there's this thing called Instagram. People talk about bourbon all the time.
What? I gotta have a little more of this Uncut and Filtered.
By the way, I need some more stickers.
If we polish,
I haven't even had dinner yet. But whatever.
Two of us, man. That makes 2 of us.
Liquid dinner, man.
Well, hey, I did want to say one thing before we quit. Aaron, Larry, Bourbon and Bow Hunting, Larry, he wanted me to tell you.
In Arizona. Yeah.
He's big fan of yours, so he just wanted me to tell you what's up.
Yeah, we talk all the time on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, that's the
I'm
thing, man.
drinking the rest of what Larry sent me, by the way. Since
is that where you
didn't come in and they keep getting lost.
Oh, is that how? That's where you got your sample from.
That's what happens with
Candace.
That's what happens with me, Candace. You know, she's took all my friends, took all my bourbon and everything.
Hey, we're still here.
Candace, why did you invite Kevin to be in this group?
Y'all are so wrong.
That's a bad idea.
So mean.
She did a great job making those hats. Those are nice.
Thank
So
you.
much
You know,
stuff.
I worked really hard on these too.
Yeah. Hey, and you run the Bourbon Alliance account, right, Candace?
I do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Basically does everything.
Kevin's
I'm
gonna
getting
find a
off now.
new group.
Oh man.
So getting rid of the rest of us.
Dave, this part can't go on YouTube.
I think Kevin's going to start a new group called the Bourbon Defiance. Just to
There
get
you
back
go.
at us.
There you go.
It's actually gonna be the Alliance of Bourbon, so he's already got stickers and hats.
Yeah.
Revolution.
Anyway, well, hey, thanks again, Aaron. Really, cheers,
Oh.
everybody, for creating
Oh, yeah.
something.
My pleasure. Look, man. This is the stuff I love doing. You know, it's so fun, and like talking about Larry and like you guys, it's just like the bourbon. It's all just been an amazing experience. I really do feel fortunate to be doing what I'm doing. Just dealing with the people I get to deal with and everything, and so it's my pleasure.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
They're all
Yeah,
delicious.
cheers.
And
Well,
you
thank you
guys
very
got me
much.
drinking uncut, unfiltered before dinner, which I normally don't do.
Yeah.
But hey,
Oh, Aaron, that last interview you and I did, I had dinner before that, and I punched stress that uncut and filter. I was toasted, man. Toasted. I was fun. I was so fun, man. It was so much fun. That's probably the best I've ever gotten on an interview by a long shot.
uncut, unfiltered will get you. It's
easy to drink though, and
it's so easy to drink. And that's why this one's just a touch thinner than the last one, so you can I'd say you can kind of feel it, but it's only like the first sip or two where you get the heat, and then after that, it's like, candy time. Hey, what's that?
Aaron, I'll tell you
Why
what
did I
else is
fall?
easy.
So you heard Aaron give this to your children.
Yeah, get them started young. We're coming out with Smoke Wagon mobiles for the crib, So they're sitting there playing, and they grow up subconsciously wanting to reach for Smoke Wagon, and they don't know why. Is that legal? Is that cool?
That's fine. Yeah, it's fine by me.
in the state.
Aaron, I'll tell you what else is dangerously easy to drink is your Desert Jewel, man. I had my first sip of that. No, I didn't open mine. I was at a buddy's house down the street. He got a couple bottles in, and he poured me a flight, and that was in it. And I was just like, it's just like buttercream in your mouth, and just like smooth. The mouth feels amazing. It's so drinkable. I mean, you could drink it for days and not realize it.
I mean, that's the thing. Like even small batch, it's like we look at small batch and straight bourbon, and for us, we're like, I mean, it's still 100 proof.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if people who aren't used to the stuff, you tell them like, oh yeah, our entry level is 92.5. You're like, what?
Oh,
that's so hot.
Hey, look. Wait, this kid grew up with a mobile. You already make one? Look, there, you got one ready.
You've already started.
Where's the Smoke Wagon mobile? Can we have like a Smoke Wagon kiddo? Is that the next level?
He was the test pilot. Look, he's grown now. Look, he's already ready.
Oh, jump on. Fantastic.
So this is an advertisement for the Bourbon Alliance, Smoke Wagon, and Under Armour. Those are the three in here.
There you go.
And Under Armour?
Oh yeah, I live about a half a mile from their world headquarters.
Oh, okay.
Smoke Wagon rocks.
There you go, Slade. There you go.
Kevin, you gave him one too many sips, bro. One too many sips.
Yeah, but seriously, Aaron, thank you so much for setting this up, giving us the sample. Is super pumped. Like I said, I'll be out in Vegas here before the fall. I can't wait to have a drink with you in person, man. I'll definitely send you a DM before I head out there, man. And
right on.
Touche on the on sending out all the samples. Like I said, 9 people, 3 different samples. I mean, that's literally 27 different expressions between.
Well, I didn't know it was going to be 9 people, until Lindsay told me, but
Surprise!
You also didn't know you were going to have this much fun.
But
I knew that. That I knew.
Hey, guys, if we just keep saying that there's 45 people in the Bourbon Alliance, we all end up with a bottle.
That's right.
There you go. Yeah, we actually have.
Oh, are you guys missing some samples? Do we need to send out
we
more?
are.
Yeah. All you need to do
They'll get lost at a
is-
fake address.
Yeah, all you need to do is send it to 9 of us, and we'll distribute out.
Yeah.
Like five sample kits a piece. Is that good enough?
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm surprised y'all didn't say 8 of us.
Oh wait, you're still here?
Shut up.
Kevin, how'd you get back in? How'd you get the password?
Candace, you gave me the
Oh,
password?
man.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
Aaron, when you do your next release, and you know how like a lot of distillers will put the tasting notes on the front or the back of the bottle, will you please put monkey bread with like cinnamon sugar and orange?
God,
crystals
yes.
on the back?
With the sticks. You gotta have the
I-
sticks.
Man, I've yet to put tasting notes on a bottle. I was gonna do neck hangers with them, but
Don't do it. It's bougie.
yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know.
No, for
the
monkey
thing
bread, you have
it's
to.
It's subjective, you know. Like I watch reviews and
subjective,
people are like
yeah.
calling out flavors. I'm like, I made it. I can't taste that.
We do that
Monkey bread.
97% of the time with Danielle. We actually have no idea what she's talking about.
I was gonna say it had to be Danielle.
That's mean and uncalled for.
Honestly, monkey bread is a great single barrel pick name.
It is.
I'm just thinking of the group, y'all.
I guess we gotta
I
find a
don't
barrel
know
until it's.
if there's a barrel that has that flavor profile.
Monkey stash?
Well, Danielle might find it.
Yeah,
Because
instead
a lot of
I'll help you out
those
anytime you want.
a lot of those flavors she's calling out they really do come from the younger juice. It's just if you had the young juice on its own, it'd be too hot, it'd be too thin, you know. Ooh, pardon me.
You're like moonshine. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, Aaron, thank you again, man. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'm looking forward to meeting up here in the fall, and we'll be in touch, my man. And again, thank you so much for everything, brother.
Oh, my pleasure. I appreciate, you know, the opportunity to be on here and talking to you guys and talk about the brand. I mean, I love doing it, and it's a lot of fun, you know.
Dave double fist, and I love it.
Yeah. Showing off over there.
I know.
It's
I
great.
only brought one glass out with me.
Yeah, if SEMA happens in November, Aaron, I'm for sure 100% coming by. So be
All
prepared
right,
for that.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah, and I usually go to SEMA as well. Are you gonna
Do you
do you have
really?
a booth, or you just go to check it out, or what?
Yeah,
what do you do?
I'm with Roush. So we're in Fort out
Oh,
front.
okay.
Yeah.
Ford.
Hey, by the way,
I'm going to be
bubble glass
real
glasses
to that,
you have on your
so
website are sick. These things are great, man.
The Samba glasses.
Yeah, he's got it.
These. What?
That's
Yes,
cool.
these are available on NevadaDistilling.com. You can
No,
start your kids. You put apple juice in that for the kids. Every time they're drinking it, they're looking at that logo, and
Next thing you know,
It's been hard plastic.
Yeah, I know.
they come in sippy cups.
Yeah, I need a
Don't
sippy
forget
cup,
Smoke Wagon sippy cups coming
and I need
out.
to be indestructible.
They always
honestly,
find a way.
Uncut unfiltered apple comes with actually chopped up apples in it.
There we go.
Can we all
Cut
just
apple.
acknowledge that sippy cups are like flasks in training?
I agree. Mikey, that's some deep
Mikey, you
shit
would
you
say
just
that.
through out. That's some deep shit, man.
That was
Yeah.
Profound.
But most nights, I honestly probably should use a sippy cup.
You don't?
It's funny, you know, because like everybody loves those Glencairn glasses, and I fucking hate them.
A little stuff on the nose, man. They kind of rock it
Yeah.
down on the nose. Yeah.
I mean, look, I mean,
That's why I drink out of this.
Glencairn what?
got it. I like it, man, Karen.
They're not bad. I don't mind them, but I prefer I just prefer these open so I can really get the tasting.
yeah.
Like-
And then I tried I bought neat glasses, but I didn't ever sell them because I didn't like them. Have you ever drank
Oh,
out
really?
one of those neat glasses?
That's probably one of my favorite glasses to drink out of, honestly.
Is
So
it?
that's just me though. That and the Libby's really good
I
too.
love these Libbies.
Yeah, those things
Yeah,
are awesome.
So that's why I like the Samba, because it's kind of like it's like a neat glass, but it's a little more gentle. Because the neat glass for me was like when you have a drink that's got a bunch of ice that's melted and stuck together, and you're like trying to get some, and then it just smashes you in the
Yep.
face.
Yep.
That was I'm just
That
not
glass is not
coordinated
meant for
enough,
ice.
apparently, for a neat glass. I was like, oh, I'm just going to get a little bit, just going to get a little. Oh,
You're swimming in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you blow in the Glencairn, it helps.
You blowing it?
Yeah, so like if you okay, it sounds weird, but if you like lean into it,
Please demonstrate.
Josh.
I would like to see this.
I really can't do that. But if you blow into it, then all the ethanol goes
I don't know
away
what you're
and you
saying. You're going to have to show me.
If you ride the unicorn at a 45-degree angle with your head tilted and blow
No,
in
in
your
all
Glencairn.
seriousness. Okay, so now all of you that have
Yeah, everybody
Glencairns
stop
right
talking
now.
because I got to see Danielle do this.
No, all of you that have Glencairns, blow in it and then smell it.
You better stop the
something
recording
again.
for this one.
No,
I'm gonna have
think,
to blow more.
hey, I think you're right. It's actually that's cool. That's pretty fucking.
It's cool, right? It really helps. I know.
I
Okay, so I know it
I don't
sounds
see
really
that.
bad when I say it, but
No, it sounds great when you say it.
If
oh
you
my god.
if you guys ever watched Richard Patterson from the Dalmore drink whiskey,
That's amazing. That is so fucking funny.
he will take it. He'll pour like a 50-year-old Dalmore into a glass, swirl it around, and go, when you're drinking a whiskey, you're going to want to make sure you swirl it around and then fling it in the air. And he pours it out. He just drops it on the floor so that there are no residues or anything contaminating the whiskey. You want to do this. And then he pours it out behind his back. I'm like, dude, that's insane. Everybody's got their own method to their madness, but
Well,
I
now
guess
you
I'm
all
just
know.
not that. I'm just not that sophisticated, I guess.
I just
I don't
drink out
even
of the
know if
bottle.
that's sophistication. I think that's like a mental illness or something.
Aaron, can you do that in your next video while you're dumping a barrel or something?
Just throw it out.
Just throw a bunch
Just
of
dump a
whiskey.
barrel on the ground.
Just get
No.
prop whiskey. Just get
Don't
prop
even do
whiskey.
that.
Yeah, you dump it into a tub and then just send it to us. There we go.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
There you go.
Something underneath
I
it.
don't think
There
I
you go,
can do
Josh.
that. I think it has to be in a. Well, actually, no. If I'm sending it for free, it does not have to be in a TTB approved
Heyo.
bottle.
Yeah, because these are not TTB approved. Let's
It's
be real.
No,
a
it's not a
5
TTB
gallon
approved size.
bottle will work fine. Perfect.
Aaron, Candace has got plenty of mason jars out there where they make moonshine. We'll be happy to send them to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's only you only need to send it to 8 addresses, Aaron.
Yeah, quit recording real quick. And
Only
talk
8?
about this.
Only 8. Yeah.
Kevin, they're trying to force you out again, man.
They already have, man.
Watch
I
out.
don't like it. You making Kevin the underdog, so I'm gonna start sticking up for him.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I need some help. I don't know why everybody worries about a glass. I just drink out of the bottle anyway, so it don't matter.
Oh. I mean, I know you're joking, but yeah, it's a trip. How much a
No,
glass?
he's not.
No, he's
He's
not.
not.
He's not drunk.
Yeah, your uncut, unfiltered 2025 bottle that's like 147 proof. He'll drink it right out the bottle.
That's like the summer 1942 barrel. That thing was 136 proof.
Good night.
That was crazy.
That
But
thing-
didn't drink like it either. You want to talk about dangerous?
That thing was crazy. When I came out there to visit you that one time, you gave me a little sip of that thing. It was
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, back when people could hang out together.
Yes, exactly.
Before the world stopped.
Those were great days.
Yes.
Desert Jewel was on the shelf. People would come by.
Yeah. Seriously. This will be back.
Real quick, I do have one question. Are you going to be releasing any new lines? Like, I know the Desert Jewel was a very special, very like one-time release, it sounds like, but do you have anything else coming up like that that's going to be a new expression that's going to be a one-time release type thing?
Yes.
Like a desert rye.
Not a desert rye.
What is it? Can you
Did you want me to
say
get into specifics?
Are you
Yeah.
I thought it was a yes or no question. Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Let's go.
Let's do it, man. This is
No,
your unveiling.
we-
You're doing jobs on the stage right now.
The rare and limited line. I really wanted the ability to when so the first one's going to be it's just God, I don't know how many cases it'll be. It's like eight-year barrels. They were 5th floor 8 years that on their own didn't make it to private barrel, but I put them in a tank. And I tried it before I used it for blending. I was like, this is not fucking going into blending. This is like, this needs to be released. And so those bottles should be here in a week or so, and it's the stock bottle that the straight bourbon comes in. It has like a big paper label, because things like the custom glass, it fucking takes forever.
I'm sure, yeah.
Forever. I mean, the process alone, because putting the wax on it, they can only do so many bottles a day, and then they have to let it sit and let the wax cure before they can put the labels on. I mean, it's a and then going from like, okay, I want this color wax and a new label and da-da-da, that's 4 to 5 months, easy.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
And so these are just that clear glass with a big paper label where I can write on it, and I'm getting all these like neck hanger medals made up. Mm-hmm. And so like the first one, because it's a single vintage, like Desert Jewel, the neck hanger, the metal is going to be blue and silver because it's a single vintage, and then the back will tell you like it'll be sequential, and so there's like I'm estimating 1,500 cases, so bottles. So it'll have a number out of 1,500. Yep. And there's times where I want to do like a small batch, like a proof down vintage blend, and maybe I don't want it to be 100 proof, or it's got too much old juice to sell at the small batch price, and I just want to have the ability to get shit out. You know, yeah. I don't want it to be like every December we come out with a special limited, so let's start hyping it up in August, and by the time December comes around, no one can get it because friends of the liquor store already have it, and now it's on the fucking secondary market, right, and you can't get it, you know? So I just want it to be like anybody that watches Instagram, I'll talk about it and they know it's coming out, and like regular people can just go and try to find it and not have it be this anticipated thing where like everybody knows December's coming, you know.
That's awesome.
Because I fucking hate that shit. Yeah. It's like, you know, it's like, good luck getting an antique collection from Buffalo Trace, you know, and then you get it and you're like, what? Why was this so hard? It's okay, but you know what I mean. So so I have 3 lined up. I have the 8 barrels will be pretty decent size release. Like I said, I'm hoping to get I don't know, probably around 280, 300 cases out of that. And then there's a so I see all these guys doing fucking 5-year barrel picks. I have gone through 300 5-year barrels doing straight bourbon, small batch, and uncut. And finally, I have found one out of 300 of the 6th floor 36% rye. By the way, those are the barrels I sold because I had too many. And when you see these 36% rye 5-year barrel picks, they're my barrels. And I finally found one that I really liked. And so that's going to be rare and limited. And then like a short barrel. And then once I get the bottles, I'm just start fucking around with blends and stuff. Yeah. And kind of doing experiments. And so that'll be it'll kind of be like Desert Jewel, you know, where it's, and so you'll know what it is by the neck hanger. So if it's single vintage, cast strength, it'll be blue. If it's a vintage blend like uncut cast strength, it'll be, you know, black. If it's a single barrel, it'll be red, and you know, if it's like a proof down vintage blend, it'll be black and gold.
Dude, I love that. You're like the people, like the bourbon community's people guy. You're not like, hey, I'm not going to do this, like, fuck the marketing. I'm just going to put good fucking bourbon out. You know what I mean? So people can have it. And like your palate's already like surpassed your, you know, your reputation, because it's like everybody knows the shit you put out is amazing. You know what I mean?
And there won't be any fucking gift boxes. Okay?
Nice.
There's no gift
Thank
boxes.
you. I hate the box.
Let me tell you something. I don't want to talk shit about any other brand, but I know if a craft,
let's get a little controversial.
If you're looking at a brand that has a 5-year product and it's like $160, and it's in a wooden box with a little pillow and a little thing. That's
I wonder who he's
fucking
talking about.
$50 right there. That's like
Yeah,
$50 easy, because to get a regular shitty box is $9 for me, and I have a very good relationship with who I deal with, and they give me good pricing. That's $9 fucking dollars. Okay,
Right.
so let's say I didn't even make money off of it. Let's say I treated it like when you do like a VAP, like a value added pack, where
vanity project.
Yeah, you charge what you charge for the bottle, and everything else is cost. It's still going to end up being adding $20 to the retail price. And if I'm making money off of it, if I'm approaching that like all my other packaging, and I got to like minimum double my money, that's going to be $40 fucking dollars for a little shitty box.
Right.
And then a box with like fucking pillows and get the fuck out of here. That's like $60. There's no fucking
Or
way.
tubes.
Which brand are you talking about?
Hey, what? Just give me 2 bottles for the price of the box. I'll be good.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, but for real, Aaron, if you're looking for a group to help you out with any like release notifications and exposure, this would be the group to do it with. Just saying.
And we'll back it all day long because we know it's amazing. Like, that's the problem. We won't do that. Just be like, oh, let us be the group that released it. Like, we all have tried it. We all love it. Like, we'll happily do this and just get the stuff out, the notifications out, because it is.
You guys are going to tell everybody it tastes like shit and then buy it all. I know what's going on over there.
No way.
Well, we may tell a few people that.
Hey, guys.
This bourbon is so bad.
This rare and limited 8-year is shit. So don't buy it, but if you see it, tell me what liquor store is stupid enough to carry it so that we can go yell at them.
You act like you've been playing in this game for a while.
He knows our tricks. Let's just say we're going to put the Oscar the Grouch sticker on it because it tastes like garbage.
Whatever, we still want to be the first ones to tell everybody about it.
Video of the rare and limited.
Hey, Aaron, I know you're really focused on bourbon, and like I love the fact that you're doing some high rye stuff. Mm-hmm. Is there any chance of a rye Smoke Wagon release at some point?
Yes, absolutely. It's I mean, as much as I hate to talk about pragmatic aspects of the business, it's about money. It's like as soon as I have some extra. Because right now it's like we're just trying to lay down, as much juice with MGP as possible to plan for the future. As much as I hate buying stuff that's already in a barrel, I'm probably going to have to buy some 6-year because I'm just blowing through stuff so fast. And so once, but yeah, the way things are going, absolutely. Because I love rye, I just haven't been able to. But I'll definitely have to lay it down because all the MP rye is in the new warehouses. They don't rack any of that. That's all palletized. And so I'm going to have to start from day one to do any of that. Because I won't buy stuff that's palletized in the new warehouses. The MGP knows what the fuck they're doing, but the main thing is those Seagram's warehouses, man. It's like those things were built in the 30s, and they're like these brick fortresses that seal in all the humidity, and bourbon should be racked. It should not be palletized. It should not be on its barrelhead. Yeah, my humble opinion.
Are you?
I can concur with that.
Aaron, as far as sourcing, are you looking at anybody else, or are you just strictly staying with MGP for the?
I'm just staying with MGP. I mean, we have a great. I have been offered barrels from other guys, but it's just. I just have a really great relationship with them, and I have a lot of control. And, it's just, I understand the warehouses now, and I understand the floors. And so it's, it's been since 2012, I've been dealing with them. And so if I went with someone else, it'd be kind of a crapshoot. And I don't know what advantage there would really be. I've never really blended anything or done anything where I was like, this is not getting to where I want it to be. It's just all kind of seems to be working. And I mean, there's a lot of, there's a brand that dove into high rye bourbon, and they decided they're not going to do bourbon. They're just going to stick to rye. And so all their barrels are available right now, but it's not consistent. My MGP is consistent. Like every year I can lay down barrels and, so it's
MGP's amazing, man. They're
They really
amazing.
are. Yeah. It took I really feel like it took a while for people to understand the Seagram's warehouse, because when it first started, it was like, MGP, they're from Kansas. This is like, they make protein. It's like, well, no, they distill GNS, so they have a distilling history, and they bought the Seagram's plant. And that place is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's like, I don't really.
I think overall, from a consumer standpoint, and I've talked about this with pretty much everybody in this group probably before, but when you're looking at a bourbon on the shelf and you're not really too knowledgeable on the brand or where they come from or whatever, and you can probably get, once you start getting experience in the whiskey and you know about MGP and you know that people source from Dickel and other places too, when you see that distilled in Indiana on the back, that gives me more confidence that I want to go and buy that.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Agreed.
That statement.
And they let me do, they let me do day one laydowns. It's like, that's why everything's so affordable, because I'm not buying, I'm not sourcing, I'm contracting, so every year I contract them to lay down distillate for me, and it's, you just
And I was going to
can't
make that comment earlier about how the pricing on your bottles is so cheap, and yet you're still sourcing / contract distilling, which is.
I can't distill from scratch and do it for that price. There's no fucking way.
No way.
Hey, I do have one question because I probably missed it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
No, hold on. Let Kevin ask the question why he's there.
Who's Kevin?
Where disappears again.
Who's this Kevin?
I did catch part of the monkey bread. Knew that was Danielle wholeheartedly. And then the seal box. I know. Is there any other websites that you sell it on?
Yeah. So I'm gonna. God, man, I can't remember the name of his. There are websites on the, on the Nevada distilling. I gotta upgrade the Smoke Wagon one, and then there's going to be more. There's one guy. I was introduced to him actually through Bourbon Enthusiast, because he wanted these two barrels have been sitting around to go through him, and I thought he was a New York store, but he's only online, and he will arrange deals with like local retailers, so he can get it in all 50 states. And so I'm gonna create a relationship with him, and that should be more
Very
beneficial for everyone. Cut down on the shipping costs and things like that,
Because
he'll just have me run through, like, say he's got retailers he deals with in South Carolina, right? So he'll just run it through a clearing, or Florida, right? I don't have distribution in Florida yet. He'll have a relationship with retailers, and we'll just pass it through a clearinghouse, so I don't have to pay distribution. I don't sell it to a distributor for an FOB, and then they sell it to a retailer for, their wholesale costs, blah, blah. It's just, so the shipping prices get absorbed into the everything, because I'm making more money than I would if I was going through a distributor. And so it's really cool. And it's kind of like, obviously we've got these states like Kentucky where distilleries are allowed now to do direct to consumer. And this is sort of like almost as good as that, That's a long-winded answer of saying yes.
We'll take it.
Freddie said he was going to buy us all a case, so
I'm going to go get you guys a case.
You ship it to us. That's fine.
Right on.
He's covering it.
Yeah, he's covering it. So.
Corporate account.
Yeah. Get off.
Get on the tab.
Off, right?
He's going to helicopter drop it onto my porch here. So.
You might shatter on impact, but you can lick off the rest.
I'll spray the bullseye for you, bro.
I won't hit it, I promise.
Freddie, when you pick up that Smoke Wagon from Vegas, make sure you bring back some Naked City pizza too.
I haven't had Naked City pizza.
I've never even heard of it. Where's that?
Oh my God, it's Vegas. Like there's like 3 locations. There's one at Moondoggies. There's one on Paradise by the airport, right by the Double Down Saloon.
I'll have to ask my wife to do that because every time we go there, we get there. Attaboy. Every time I go there, I go to Metro Pizza, and holy shit, is that good pizza?
Metro's good. Naked City.
That's
Buffalo style pizza though.
No kidding.
You're missing out though. You guys have not been to Secret Pizza inside the Cosmo.
No. Yeah, Secret is good. That's a New York slice, but it's not Buffalo style pizza, man. Naked City, the best pizza in Vegas.
Naked City, I'll try that. I'll ask my wife what she knows about it.
I can't believe I've never heard of it. I live here.
Aaron, you've probably seen the billboard like driving around on the freeway. It says "Get Naked."
Only thing I can think of is Naked Smoke Wagon.
I
and
thought
pizza.
that was just instructions.
Well, I mean, that is kind of the Vegas
I thought that was God talking to me. And I was like,
Smoke
okay,
Wagon
cool.
night.
Let's
Let's
do
see if I
it.
can get 3 for 3.
Next time we go there, we'll definitely do that. That sounds awesome. Yeah, go there. And
Yeah,
then there's another pizza place inside, Aaron, Green Valley Ranch out there. There's another pizza place in there. One of the casinos.
That's far from me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Where you at in Vegas?
I'm in the older neighborhoods, like near downtown.
Yeah,
so I'm like near Scotch. I'm in area called what is it called? I live in Trotter Circle, but nobody would know that.
Don't say it on
Rancho.
Don't
Rancho
say it on
Palomino. Don't say it on here.
No, it's going on YouTube.
Don't tell people what your address is.
So my address is. I just pull. My address is 1 Pinkle Pankle Highway or something like that.
Hey, be careful.
102 proof highway.
Be careful. Candace might show up.
My favorite part is downtown, man. Like the El Cortez Hotel is my jam. I love that.
Oh my God, yeah, Dave, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm close to all that. I'm close to downtown. I mean, I'm pretty close to the Strip. It's cool. This used to be all like horse ranches where I live. It's the equestrian community, but there's no more ranches anymore.
That was good.
There.
So naked Smoke Wagon pizza, horses and ranches. Candace, says is right up your alley.
It really is. I'm down.
And if you're feeling like traditional Thai food, Lotus of Siam.
Oh, that place is amazing.
Unbelievable.
That place is incredible.
Mike, next time I go out there, I'll actually hit you up and I'll yell at my wife for not introducing me to any of this stuff.
Dude, I used to go there like 4 times a year when I lived in California, man. I was there constantly.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we'll definitely hit that up for sure. But, Aaron, I got to get some food in my system and then lay down because it's almost 10 o'clock East Coast. You got me feeling pretty good, man. But, dude, thank you so much again for everything. And that's
My pleasure. I appreciate it.
Good time. It's hard to sign off with you. The bourbon's good. The company's good. It's hard, man. It's
Hey, before we go, Aaron, if you want, man, I know you like cowboy hats, but see these right here? If you want one, man, just shoot us a DM, anybody, and we'll send it to you, buddy.
Right on.
Awesome.
My God, wait. Hold on. On that thought, maybe we need to design a special Bourbon Alliance cowboy hat for this guy.
Oh, dude.
I like that idea.
Can we do that? And Aaron, I'll do it live with you because I would love that.
I don't know how you do it. You probably have to just design a hat band or something.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fine. That's fine.
I don't know if I can wear one. Living up in Michigan, I look like quite a poker.
You just gotta do it, man. Just don't
You
care what those
covered
people
the
think.
hair and everything.
No, I can't do that. You know that, Danielle.
I can't cover the hair.
Can't mess with
cover
that.
the hair.
Can't do it. Non-negotiable.
Well, Aaron, thank you much, man. I look forward to getting back to the house and trying your stuff. I've already tried it. Plenty of it. Larry sent me a bunch of it, and so again, man, thank you so much. And
my pleasure.
I really appreciate it.
You got it.
Yeah, likewise.
You guys have
Even
a good
though I only
night.
got the last 10 minutes.
I'll just keep checking my mailbox.
They're the
Eric.
best 10 minutes because we'd all been drinking by the time we got,
Thanks, Aaron. Have a good night, brother.
You too.
Buddy.
Take care.
Cheers, Aaron.
Hey.
Bye, everybody.